Echo and Harper Audio present Night, Sleep, Death, The Stars, a novel by Joyce Carol Oates, performed by Cheryl Smith. A clear midnight. This is thy hour, O soul, thy free flight into the wordless, away from books, away from art, the day erased, the lesson done. Thee fully forth emerging, silent, gazing, pondering the themes thou lovest best. Night, sleep, death, and the stars. Walt Whitman. Prologue. October 18th, 2010. Why? Because he'd seen something he had reason to believe was wrong, and it was within his power, or at any rate, it was his moral obligation to rectify it, or to make that effort. Where? Returning home on the Hennecott Expressway at approximately 3:15 p.m. of that day. Just beyond the grimy and graffiti-defaced overpass at Pitcairn Boulevard, where in the early 1970s, a 10-foot chain-link fence had been erected, when high school-aged youths rolled heavy rocks down upon motorists bound for the northern suburbs, causing the death of one motorist and the injuries of others, and considerable damage to their vehicles. From where? A luncheon meeting of the trustees of the Hammond Township Public Library at the downtown Central Library, which John Earl McLaren, at that time mayor of Hammond, New York, had helped to rebuild in the mid-1990s with a capital campaign of several $1 million. Since then, John Earl, Whitey, had not missed a meeting of the trustees in 15 years. Driving his vehicle, a new model Toyota Highlander, in the right lane of the 3-lane highway, at a speed neither above nor below the 55 miles per hour limit. This caution in the light of his having consumed a single glass of white wine at the luncheon, though John Earl did not seriously believe that he was driving under the influence of alcohol, or that his driving, perceived by any neutral observer, might be so interpreted. Seeing then, just before the exit at Meridian Parkway, which would have had him safely home in the house on Old Farm Road, in which he'd lived so happily with his dear wife for most of his adult life, within 20 minutes, a Hammond police cruiser parked at the side of the road, with its red light flashing, and another vehicle parked close by. 2 uniformed police officers pulling a young, male, dark-skinned individual from his car, shouting into his face and slamming him repeatedly against the hood of the car. Slowing his vehicle to get a better look, and shocked at what he seemed to be seeing, now braking, daring to stop just beyond the police cruiser, John Earl climbed out of his vehicle to approach the officers who were continuing their manhandling of the dark-skinned young man, though it was clear to John Earl that the young man was not resisting them, unless you called trying to shield his face and head from their blows resisting. Boldly calling out, "Stop! Officers! What are you doing?" Brazen seeming, fearless, summoning something of his old mayoral authority in this new century, in this uncharted place. Scrubby inner-city Hammond, in which a stricter and harsher police presence prevailed. Little known even to white citizens as knowledgeable as John Earl McLaren. And there followed then an excited exchange.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?